story, call it what you want to, viewers, right up first. Viewers, Martin Luther King, the rights activist, once said, "We are not the makers of history, but we are made by history." Today, viewers, these words are calling out to us more than ever before, especially when a controversy has erupted around the film Ponniyin Selvan. The period drama made by Maniratnam tells the story of the early life of Ponniyin Selvan, who later became the Chola Emperor Raja Raja I. The Chola Emperor ruled between 947 and 1014 AD. But viewers, as soon as the film was released, several notables have accused Maniratnam of saffronizing the Cholas. They claim that the term Hindu didn't even exist during the reign of Raja Raja Chora in the 9th century, so why then is the Chora king being depicted as a Hindu? The claim would have been liable to be dismissed had it not been made by the likes of filmmakers like Kamal Haasan, Vetrimaaran, and a galaxy of top actors and politicians. The politicians overwhelmingly belong to the ruling DMK and its allies. First, listen to what is being said about this film and the depiction of Raja Raja I.
இந்து மதங்கிற பேர் ராஜராஜ சோழன் காலத்தில் கிடையாதுங்க. அப்படி வைணவம்னு இருந்தது, சைவம்னு இருந்தது, சமணம்னு இருந்ததே தவிர அது வெள்ளக்காரங்க நமக்கு வச்ச பேர். என்ன சொல்றதுன்னு தெரியாம தூட்டுக்குறைன்னு சொன்ன மாதிரி தான். எல்லாரும் எங்களுக்கு மதங்கள் வெவ்வேறு இருந்தது. அதையெல்லாம் 8ஆம் நூற்றாண்டில் ஆதிசங்கரங்கிறவரு ஷண்மத ஸ்தாபனம்னு பண்றாரு. இதெல்லாம் சரித்திரம். அந்த சரித்திரத்தை இங்கே சொல்லக்கூடாது.
He is a Saiva king. You know, during those days there was a fight between Saivism and Vaishnavism, and Rajarajan built only Shiva temples, not Vaishnava temples. It was not there when Rajaraja was the king, because India was not there at the time. There were many kingdoms.
But the question is, any attempt to communalize anything, it is an anti-national action. Whoever tried to communalize any incident, that is anti-national.
ராஜராஜ சோழன் வந்து ஒரு இந்து அரசன் ஆகிறதா இருக்கட்டும், இப்படி தொடர்ந்து நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. இது சினிமாவிலும் நடக்கும். சினிமாவிலும் நிறைய அடையாளங்களை வந்து எடுக்கிறாங்க. இந்த அடையாளங்களை நாம காப்பாத்திக்கணும்.
Viewers, obviously the controversy is raised because some people have said there is no merit in these claims. Can Raja Raja I be de-Hinduized? That's the fundamental question. Now let's look at the historic record. And viewers, let me tell you that these are hard facts, and these are very easily accessible to each one of you. And my job is to bring you the hard facts, to bring you a step closer to the truth so that you're better informed. So let me take you through the historical record. What does it tell us? It tells us principally that history is being ignored. Kundavai, who is Raja Raja's sister, in her inscription, she refers to herself as Adavar. The inscription is there for you to see, viewers, on the right of your screens. Adavar is Vaishnavite term for the most devout of Vishnu's disciples. Inscription during Raja Raja's life, let's look at that, invokes both Shiva and Vishnu in the preamble, reference to crescent moon, Lord Shiva at Kailasha, reference to Vishnu takes yoga nitra at Pambini. Viewers, let's have a look at more facts. Cholas built the Brihadiswara temple. The temple in Thanjavur was the largest building in India back then, and some say that it remains in vast acreages around this still the tallest structure. Hindu Agama Shastra followed. All Raja's temples strictly followed these Hindu traditions. This has been told to us by Anirudh Kanisetti, who's a historian. Viewers, there is more material. Look at that picture. All of us know this statuary very, very well. The bronze of Nataraja idols were commissioned by this king. And the Chola era bronzes are famed for this depiction. This, viewers, is Nataraja, Shiva dancing the Tandav. Now let's examine if the term Hindu existed before the Cholas appeared on the scene. Here are again some hard facts, viewers. Once again, let me tell you, viewers, that this is all very easily verifiable material. This is not fiction. The origin of the term Hindu. This is Speaking Tree, July 2014, and I have several other references. I'm just taking you through a panoply of them. Speaking Tree blog, Ganesh Nate wrote, July 2014, when the Persian king Darius I extended his empire up to the borders of the Indian subcontinent in 517 BC, before Christ, viewers. The ancient Persians referred to these people as Hindus. The ancient Greeks used to mispronounce the river Sindhu as Indos. When Alexander invaded, the Macedonian army referred to the river as Indus and the land east of the river as India. For Arabs, the land became Al-Hind. The Muslim rulers and travelers who came to India referred to the people who lived here as Hindus. The term Hindus, this is Harvard University's pluralism project. The reason I'm quoting Harvard, viewers, tonight and its pluralism project is that even the ecosystem that thinks that Harvard is the be end of all knowledge, the fount of all knowledge, even that Harvard says the term Hindus was first used by Greeks and the Persians to refer to people who reside beyond the Indus and Sindhu River. Again, there are references to Darius I. Hyun Sang, Chinese chronicler in the 7th century AD. What did he say? He said, India was anciently called Shintu, also Hien Tao. According to the right pronunciation, it is called Intu. Viewers, all of this tells us that the term Hindu was very well known and the people living in our country at that time were therefore Hindus. The attempt, therefore, viewers, to dehumanize history is in line with the recent outpouring of hate against Hindus in Tamil Nadu, and we've been seeing this now over the last few months, and here on Times Now we've been doing these debates. A. Raja of the DMK said some horrible words. Vani Arasu of the VCK, a DMK ally, also insulted Hindus and the Sanatan. R. Rajiv Gandhi, DMK spokesperson, went even further. Let's have a look at those. Yes, there you can see them. This is Vani Arasu. We'll go to every village against Sanatan Dharma. There is almost now, forget Hindu phobia, Hindu misia, the hatred of Hindu. 3% of Brahmins are still dominating some areas. Shudra shouldn't suffer if they paid heed to Periyar. And there is this attempt to try and draw a differentiation. Book Krishna first, he was the forerunner of Polachi rapists. K. Veeramani, Dravida Kadagam leader, said in 2019. And there are many such, many such not so pleasant things being said, and I'm just being very understated here. But the facts, viewers, the facts that I just narrated, ask us to pose some questions that we need to ponder. Why are some trying to suggest that Hinduism or Hindus pose a threat to Tamil identity? Are the growing attacks on Hindus and Hinduism by a section of Tamil parties aimed at reviving regional subnationalism, which in the past, viewers, has been associated with separatism? What is going on here? Doesn't an identity based on nationalistic push undermine the unity in diversity plank underwritten by pretty much all the laws, the articles of our Constitution. By distorting history, are we in danger of erasing identity, which, as Martin Luther King said, is made by history? If you erase our history, viewers, we erase our identity, we erase our sense of self, who we are, etc. Let's open this up. We have a lot to talk about this evening, viewers. This is a very, very sensitive issue, but also very, very vital to who we are. If people are going to de-Hinduize some of us, a majority of us, where does that leave us? Dushyant Sridhar, Vedic scholar, joins us from Bengaluru. Let me first begin with him. Mr. Sridhar, what do you make of this? Is this an attempt at de-Hinduizing society to play some sort of political, regional identity politics? What is going on? Let's try to get him in also. Also, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want to get you into this. I also want to get Vikraman R, spokesperson of the VCK, who would perhaps agree with some of these views. Actually, let's set this up by getting in Mr. Vikraman R, spokesperson of the VCK, and Dr. V. Ponaraj, advisor to Kamal Haasan, who has made some statements, and Ovia, founder member of the Pudiyakurul. Let me get them all in. Let's first bring in Vikraman R. Mr. Vikraman R, I have just put down some facts. What is behind this attempt at de-Hinduization? Is it a design? How can Cholas, who are Shiv, Bhakts and Vaishnavites, etc., not be Hindus? Can you please explain this?
First of all, thank you for inviting me. Director Vetrimaaran had rightly said Rajaraja Cholan was never a Hindu. Not just Rajaraja Cholan, even Shiva, Vishnu, they were all not Hindus. The Hindu term was never mentioned in any of the Sangam literature. It was not mentioned in Ramayana, Mahabharata. It was not mentioned anywhere. It was given by Britishers to this larger sect of community. And Tamils, we had 6 different sects, not just 6 different sects. We had multiple other sects like Saivam, Vainavam, Gaumaram, like a lot of other sects also. So these have been appropriated by one particular thing called Hinduism, is what Director Vetrimaaran has rightly said. And you have been showing some inscription referring Kundavai Nachiyar to an Alvar. It is just a name given to her. Alvar Parandaga Kundavai is her name. It was one of her names because she was the daughter of Parandaga Cholan, number 2. So he had given that name. That doesn't mean she is a Vainavite. She had built a lot of Shivan temples across Tamil Nadu, and her last few days were left to serve Saivam. So you cannot appropriate her life, and you cannot
so you're
negate
saying that
her life experience.
Vaishnavites are not Hindu. That's basically what we are being told here. Okay, let me bring in from the other side Uma Anandan, BJP councillor. Before I open this up to Dr. Ranganathan and other non-political players, let's first understand what is going on. Uma Anandan, why is the VCK, the DMK, etc. today de-Hinduizing even Rajaraja Cholan? What's going on here?
First, they don't want Hindus to be united. They have played to the gallery the last 60 years and divided the Hindus, saying that the Brahmins ill-treated you and they got away with all that nonsense. Now the Hindus have realized and we would like to come together. They don't want that to happen. I would like to ask Mr. Vikraman the question, and I don't know how Mr. Vikraman and Kamal Haasan are all, why should we give importance and have a discussion on this for all their blabberings just for the sake of controversies? I think we should put an end to have discussions like this on the various blabberings from people like this. Second, I would like to ask, the Chola princes were married to Chera kings. Cheras, you have the Ananta Padmanabhaswamy temple. Was it an interreligious thing that they spoke? And we all respect the Mahabharata. There Krishna gives us his pearls of wisdom. Then Kunti and Bhishma and all, they are Shaivites, so they should have pushed out Krishna. What nonsense is all this? They don't want us. And would like to ask, see, this is exactly what I told 2 years ago when Jyotika said, when she spoke about Rajaraja Chola. I said next I will say that he is not a Hindu king. Exactly that has happened. Next I would like to ask, 20 years ago we had a film called Thiruvilayadal, directed by Mr. A.P. Nagarajan. Why didn't all these so-called intellectuals raise that question? Mr. Kamal Haasan is elder to me by at least another three years or so. Why it didn't dawn on him that time that Shivaji was taking on Shaivite this thing and A.P. Nagarajan was doing that, and Madurai is full of Thiruvilayadal of Shaivism. Why didn't he question that? When Thirumal Perumai came about the Alvars, why didn't he raise that Vaishnavism as a separate sect? Now in the last 20 years, they have realized that playing to the gallery has failed. They don't want the Tamil Hindus. I would like to say that Indian Hindus, but because of this Dravidian thing, I'm using that. They don't want us to come together.
Okay.
They
so
want.
Let's
they have
open
got
this up.
away all this 50 years
Okay,
by
you
dividing
made your point.
us.
You made your
feeding
point at
poison.
length.
Let's
Okay,
put
you
an
made
end
your
to
point.
this
Central
now.
point, they don't want the society to unite. They don't want society to go beyond the wounds of the past, the fault lines of the past. Maybe Uma Anandan will say that that is what the BJP's project is in the state of Tamil Nadu, and that's what's making everybody a little jumpy. Is that's really what Uma Anandan is saying, BJP councillor? Okay.
BJP is immaterial in Tamil Nadu. Rahul.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying that is what she's saying.
Were given in marriage to Cheras and Pandyas.
Okay.
Was it an interreligious marriage then?
Okay.
According to these people.
Was it an interreligious
What
marriage?
nonsense is that?
What was going on?
Srirangam temple was funded by both the Pandyas and the Cholas. Ranganatha. What nonsense is this?
Okay, what nonsense she says. Don't bring your nonsense and pollute our history with nonsense. Okay, is it nonsense?
Yes.
Let me bring in, fair enough. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan.
Don't call me anymore for panel discussions for the blabberings of these people.
Okay, don't call me, she says. Don't call me. I don't want to give any, absolutely no legitimacy to the blabberings of these people. But unfortunately, viewers, this entire group of DMK, etc., are in government. So it does represent a thinking. And, you know, there is such a charge against the BJP at the center that they're saffronizing education, this, that, the other, just because they're in power. And this has come up even under Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who, of course, today is hailed by the woke as perhaps the most inclusive leader. But, of course, you know, people have amnesia, short-term memories. But that's a different matter altogether. So if they're in government, it's quite possible that this will enter the textbooks next. So we need to ask these questions. And Dr. Ranganathan, where do you weigh in on this? Because, you see, I posed this question that is this an assault, you know, this business of erasing our identity, etc., this de-Hinduization to undermine the unity in diversity. Yeah, one second, Mr. VCK.
No. How could you talk like this?
What are you getting upset about?
One person in the debate. We have 6 panelists, out of which 4 are belonging to BJP and RSS ideology, including you. You have been saying that we are foolish people.
Okay, now, you know, look, Mr. Vikraman, if you can come out with a sound argument, then you do so. I don't know. I'm asking these questions. Is there an attempt to eviscerate our identity or not? These are questions which are legitimate. You don't want to ask them, Mr. Vikraman, go somewhere else. Go to another channel which you think is, you know, allied with X and Y in your government. Go there. Go there. Leave now. Go there if you want. Go there, sir. Don't have to come. Please.
You should be
calm down. Calm down. If you want to debate, come and debate. Have confidence in the facts that you put forth. Everyone is listening. No one has muted you. You are blabbering on and on. Don't make this about me and everything else. Okay? I'll cut you out of here. Please leave. Go away. Go to some other channel, wherever you want to go. It's fine. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, let's come in. Lower his fader. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Rahul. Look, let me be very clear. Kamal Haasan is the Rahul Gandhi who speaks Tamil. And just like Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Haasan is currently on a yatra. Logic Choro Yatra. The only thing lower, unfortunately, than his credibility is his intelligence, which is surprising. Because him being a good actor, the least he could do is act intelligent, lekin wo bhi nahi ho raha. God knows. Sometimes I want to hold him by his upper arms and shake him up like Ishar Kaka did Lakha in Lagan and say, "Arey aise kaise galti ho rahi hai beta?" Let me explain, Rahul. So according to Mr. Haasan, all the acts, the rituals, the practices, the gods and goddesses, the scriptures, the sects, Shaivites, Vaishnavites, Charvaks, that we have now come to understand as representing or coming under the umbrella of Hinduism, all of them were present for thousands of years and during the Chola Empire. But because the word Hinduism did not exist then, all these attributes and virtues also did not exist. So by the same logic, because the word gravity did not exist in the time of Brahmagupta 1,000 years before Newton, Brahmagupta could not have discovered this force of nature and called it by another name. So humans weren't breathing before the word oxygen came into being. So the magnificent Brihadiswara temple is really a church built by Roger Charlie and is dedicated to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Hallelujah. 2. Now let me give Mr. Kamal Haasan and other ignoramuses of his ilk some history lesson on the Cholas. The Cholas, as long as their empire lasted, almost 1,000 years, wholly and totally believed in Sanatan Dharma, or what we call Hinduism now. They believed they were Suryavanshi, descendants of Lord Vishnu, who they said was their first king. They built all those glorious temples in the ode of Lord Shiva. So much for acrimony between Shaivites and Vaishnavites. Their Kul Devi is Nisumba Sudini or Durga. They spread Hinduism, its religious practices, its culture, music, scriptures, thousands of miles beyond India in all directions. Yes, they didn't call each other Hindus because they didn't know the word. But they were as much Hindus as any modern ones claim to be. Lastly, Rahul, as to another ridiculous argument of Mr. Haasan that Tamilians aren't Hindus. Well, would I be accused of body shaming if I comment on the pitiful size of his cranium? No one is revered more by us Tamilians than Lord Kartikeya or Muruka. And who is he? Son of Shiva. And what did he do? He is said to have invented our language, protected our language. Tamilians won't exist without Tamil. And Tamil won't exist without Muruka, son of Shiva. And you know what Muruka means? Mu is Mukunda or Vishnu. Ru, Rudra or Shiva. And Ka, Kamala or Brahma. Now if this, the Trinity, isn't the core of Hinduism, I don't know what is. So Mr. Kamal Haasan, please replicate in the real life what was your role in the film Pushpak, a silent one.
Okay, let's bring in Ovia, founder, member of Pudya Kurul, and Dr. V. Ponraj, advisor to Kamal Haasan. Dr. V. Ponraj, since references have been made to Mr. Kamal Haasan and he is not here, I would like you to respond. Doctor, I want you to just pay attention to this phrase.
Yes.
This phrase in a book by Hyun Sang in Buddhist Records of the Western World, Book 2. So what he says, the bright connected light of holy men and sages, guiding the world as the shining of the moon, have made this country eminent, and so it is called Into. That's what he has said, Into. This is what Hyun Sang wrote about India in the 7th century. Clearly the term Hindu existed. So Dr. V. Ponraj, how do you justify what Mr. Kamal Haasan is saying? That, since Hinduism, the word didn't exist, so Raja Chodan, therefore, was perhaps not a Hinduite.
The book which you are referring, the Hindu and other references whichever existing today, which is all after the British Raja, and the Hindu may be Chinese, and India had a long relationship. They also have the Sindhu has been termed as Hindu. So that's what everybody says. All the invaders and the British, those who crossed Sindhu, called all the religions practiced in India as Hindu religion.
No, not all the religions, all the people, sir, all the people. It was a value neutral term. It was a secular term. All the people. Get your history right. At least quote them right, sir. You're murdering these poor people who are living on in history. Why are you doing this?
No. You are only doing that. I am only referring that whatever the people who practiced in India, all the people who are practicing the religion in India has different religions. As you know, Saivam, Vainavam, and Samanam, and Buddhism, and Sikhism, and all Kuladaiva Valibadu, all are all religions practiced. So when you are giving the name as Hindu, that is no problem. But you see, when it is politicized, when someone misuses the identity,
who?
Hindu as identity which belongs to BJP or RSS.
Dr. Ponraj,
that is the problem.
Who
that
politicizes?
Is the politicization.
Who politicizes?
When you identify and misuses,
but who?
BJP and RSS politicizes.
But Maniratnam is not a BJP member.
What? BJP and RSS politicizes.
But Maniratnam is not a BJP RSS member.
Maniratnam here, you are not.
Sir, this is what Mr. Vetrimaaran has said.
What I am saying.
This is what, please listen to me. Please listen to me, sir. Let me read out the quote. This is Mr. Vetrimaaran, a director. Yes. He is not an unknown personality. He says, constantly our identities are being taken away from us, like showing Thiruvarul in saffron robe and showing Raja Cholan as Hindu king is constantly happening. This happens in cinema too. We should save these identities. Just because Dravidian movement took cinema, Tamil Nadu is still a secular state and has maturity to resist many external factors. So, you are accusing
Can I ask him a
the
question?
director. Yes, of course, Dr. Ranganathan. Please go ahead. Yes.
Good evening, Dr. Ponraj. I really respect you and what you do. Can I please ask you a very simple question, sir? If you don't mind.
You asked me, you have misrepresented many facts. Anyway, you asked me a question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. What were, Dr. Ponraj, what were people breathing before the word oxygen was invented?
No, this is very irrelevant example, you know.
Have the
this
Hindu...
This is very irrelevant example. What you are telling?
That's what I am telling. Very total irrelevant question you are asking. How can you refer oxygen with Hinduism?
Answer.
The religion is created or it is born. Who created religion?
No answer.
Mr. Author, who created this religion? It is created or it is existed?
Who is this Miss Ovia?
Who created?
Is she a doctor? Is she the advisor to Kamal Haasan? Is she Dr. Ponraj? Miss Ovia, are you Dr. Ponraj? Are you in any way related to him? I asked him a question. I didn't ask you a question.
Instead of asking you,
madam, I'll come to you. Let him answer. Doctor, let Dr. Ponraj answer.
I asked him a question after taking his permission. Had he said, no, don't ask, I wouldn't have asked. Isn't it true, Dr. Ponraj? You said, please ask a question, so I asked you a question.
Can you give any single reference?
Why didn't I?
Mr. Doctor, can you give me any single reference? Any single reference from the literature?
Let me step in here, please. Miss Ovia, please, 1 minute. Dr. Ranganathan asked me and asked, one second, Dr. Ponraj a question with his permission. I allowed it. So let him respond. I think he's mature enough, intelligent enough to answer this question. He doesn't need help from you. This is not Kaun Banega Karodpati where you have to call a friend, dial a friend to get an answer. I will come to you, ma'am. You're there with us. Don't worry. We are not disappearing. We are debating this. This is primetime television. Dr. V. Ponraj is a bright man. He's been invited because he's a bright individual. Let him answer, please, for himself. I request you, please. Please.
And I repeat the direct question again. Just stick to the question, the good Dr. Ponraj. What did people breathe? What did people breathe before the word oxygen was invented? Just a simple, direct question.
Dr. Ranganathan, can I answer you with a simple another question?
No,
when the oxygen was existing, or see, can you tell me, is the human being taken birth? Can you give me an answer? Is when the oxygen was there in the world or in the earth, can you tell me the human being taken the birth?
Rahul, could you? I did not hear that properly. What
is God created the religion, or the man created the religion?
What is this?
Okay.
I'm a Darwinian atheist.
When the oxygen was created,
I'm a Darwinian atheist, Dr. Ponraj.
Whether it is created by microorganisms, whether it is microorganisms or H2O,
I hope you believe in the theory of evolution.
man, human being existed or not? Tell me.
I hope you believe in the theory of evolution, sir.
If the human being existed, The religion took the birth after the human beings
let's cut
took the birth.
Let's cut the
human beings
comedy
are
here.
created.
Let's cut the comedy. Let me come in. Let's cut the comedy. I get it. Let's cut the comedy. Let's get substantive again. Let's get substantive again. Let me bring in Miss Ovia, founder of member Pudiya Kurul, and also...
Give me some time to explain.
I don't know what you're explaining, sir. I'm confused. You're not answering the question. I don't know what you're getting at. I asked you a very simple question.
No. See,
how are people today claiming... I'm asking you a very simple, straightforward question. How is a Shiv Bhakt... Sir, how is a Shiv Bhakt not a Hindu? Can you just answer this question and let's get on with this debate?
Can I place my
Shiv
views
Bhakt
here?
is being treated as a Saivite, okay? He is not a Hindu. When there is a Saivite and Vainavite and other religions are there, when the government, if you assume that when they enact a law or enact an act, when they differentiate Hindus differently, those who follow Sanatana Dharma from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh can be treated as citizenship as per CAA Act. And those who follow Saivite in Yalpanam, Sri Lanka cannot be treated as a citizen. Can you answer one question? When you enact a law to differentiate the Hindus who follow Sanatana Dharma is different from the Hindu who follow Saivite.
Simple question.
Then what is that? What is the question?
One second. Let me bring in Miss Ovia. Miss Ovia, let me ask you this question, please. Maybe Dr. Ponraj is having a problem here. Let me ask Miss Ovia. Miss Ovia, please, I want to come out to you. Look, it's a very straightforward question. Can you explain to me why? Please. Sir, 1 second, Dr. Saab, please. Can you explain to me, Miss Ovia, why you would say that Raja Cholan was not Hindu? Just very simply, he built temples. He was a Shiv Bhakt.
Simple answer that I need not explain much what you have already told. See, the term itself is not that. Please let me allow to speak fully.
Yeah, please.
The term, Vetrimaaran, a famous film director, he has his own views to express. Of course, Rajaraja Cholan, even though we don't agree him as a Hindu, we take him as a Tamil king only. When somebody asked here, when his family members get married with a Chera or a Pandya, whether it is an intercaste marriage, that is the level of understanding on Tamil issue. They are all Tamils. And Rajaraja Cholan was a Tamil king. But why this becomes an issue here? That is very important because you are taking it up as a debate issue, isn't it? Vetrimaaran, what he told, see, he is talking as a Tamil person. Okay, he is telling that Thiruvalluvar, our poet, and Rajaraja Cholan, a Tamil king, was named as Hindus. The terms were not even prevalent in their times. They didn't know that. Please allow
let him finish. Let him finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her complete. Please.
The terms were not known to them. But why it is named after them today? So, as a Tamil person, as a Tamil personality, Vetrimaaran claimed that we should not lose the identity of Tamil over those people. Whoever it may be, Valluvar or Rajaraja Cholan or any Tamil renowned historical personalities or literature personalities, we should not lose the identity of Tamil towards the word Hindu. This is what the concern expressed by Vetrimaaran, and when it was questioned to Kamal Haasan, he replied affirmatively.
Okay, so you're saying, so let me step in.
1 minute. Okay, all these things, why this concern has been raised in the country? Because if Hindu, the name Hindu or the Hinduism is restricted to the religious domain alone, there will be no question at all. But why these people are reacting in this way means the word is used as a political jargon. Okay, it is the people are all over in India. The people are asked to unite in the name of the word Hindu. So naturally the question comes, from where this word comes, how it represents all the people in India. Whereas the people in India
But
are
madam,
having
you
their
want to
own
unite
identities.
everybody. Okay, so they are wanting to unite everyone as Hindus, but you want to unite again on identity basis, everyone is Tamil. So
Yes,
are they
we
mutually
having
exclusive
our
terms?
own identity, and
Okay.
all the people are not coming from the single identity of the word Hindu or Hinduism. This
Okay.
is what the reality which
Okay.
we want
Okay.
to
Okay.
focus to the people.
Okay. So you're
This is the
saying
debate.
that despite
You
the
should
fact,
not, you
so
see,
okay,
the
now let me
people
step in. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that we should not call everyone blanket Hindu. Of course we shouldn't. If they are Muslims, we shouldn't call them Hindu. That's what you're saying. If they are Christians, we shouldn't call them Hindu. But what about those people who worship?
No, I don't mean Christians or Muslims. I very clearly, I'm telling the identity of Tamils. So we don't want to lose Rajaraja Solan or Thiruvalluvar or any other person.
So they are not Hindus.
Who are from
You're
Tamil
saying they didn't
land.
even know that they were
We don't
Hindus, or
want
there
to
was a
give
term
up
called
their
Hindu?
identities to
Even
the
though
common
Harvard
identity of-
University's pluralism project says the term Hindu was first used by the Greeks and the Persians, who came much before.
Rajaraja Solan didn't claim himself as Hindu in the history.
Okay.
This is a very simple fact.
Okay.
Why you are calling for a debate on this?
Okay.
This is a very
Please,
open and shut case.
Okay.
This is a very
It's an open and shut case. Forget it, let's not debate it. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in. I also want to bring in Vedic scholar Mr. Sridhar. Yes, 1 minute. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly. 1 minute, madam.
Rajarajan's name.
Okay.
Please.
Very quick. 2
Rajarajan's
points.
name was Sivapada Sekaran. Thirumarai Kanda Solan. What does it mean?
What is connection with
What
the
does
word
it mean?
Okay,
Rahul, can I please come
let me bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, very quickly, 2 points before I'm interrupted. Rahul, first of all, on a lighter note, just because there are 5 Tamil panelists, I saw you nodding your head like that. Please don't. No, on the other thing, Rahul, you started your debate, which is a wonderful debate, by putting this premise: is this Hindu phobia or Hindu misia? And the previous panelist has proved you right. She is talking about Tamil identity, differentiating it from Hindu identity going back 1,000 years. This is nothing but Hindu phobia, because that is why I was at pains to explain that when they try to, disenfranchise, or you can call it dismantle Tamilians from Hindus, how will they explain that the Tamil language, according to even the High Court of Madras High Court, is that was invented by Lord Murugan, Kartikeyan? He is not Hindu.
No, you are.
He was the son of Shiva. You are saying no, Shiva was not Hindu. Where will you take this? I will tell you where they will take this. Into the lap of their god Periyar, who said, if you see a snake or a Brahmin, kill the Brahmin first. These are the kind of deranged propagandists.
Okay, let me bring in Vedic scholar who hasn't spoken. Let me bring in, no, 1 second, please. Let's also bring in Dushyant Sridhar. He hasn't spoken. He's from Bengaluru, and Dr. Ranganathan, I have half my family comes from Karnataka, so there is some South in me. So I'm very well acquainted with the sideways nod. But let me just go across to the Vedic scholar on our panel, Dushyant Sridhar. Mr. Sridhar, what do you make of this? Why is there an attempt to try and differentiate Tamils from Hindus? Obviously, I'm not talking about, Christian Tamils or Muslim Tamils. I'm talking about what we loosely now, I suppose, must call Hindu Tamils. I don't even know if I should now call them that, because it's become very confusing.
Namaskaram, Rahul, and namaskaram to my fellow panelists. Primarily to the question that you have asked, the answer is when there is absolutely no education on the Tamil literature or in the Bhakti literature, this is what is bound to happen. So very quickly, whether it's Anand or you or anybody else in the panel who wants to identify with the kings, let's see what the Cholas wanted to identify themselves as. So the Cholas knew what the future would be. So they have left plenty of copper and stone inscriptions for us. So it could be Tiruvalangada inscriptions, it could be Ambasamudram inscriptions, and so on. In all these inscriptions, which is an admixture of both both Sanskritam and Tamil, Chola Raja, especially Rajaraja Cholan, there was a Tulabharam and a Hiranyagarbha Vratam that was performed. This is in accordance to Vedas. So, if the king has identified himself as a person who follows the Vedas, then you should ask the counter question to the other panelists, I think Mr. Ponraj, if he would agree with the Vedas, because Mr. Rajaraja Cholan, the greatest king, the Tamil king, he identifies himself with the Vedas. So all these inscriptions, in fact, in the inscriptions it is very, very clearly stated, right from Vishnu to Surya to Rama to Manu, the king, and then the Chola kings, they identify themselves in the lineage of Surya and Rama. So what is the problem in identifying him as a Hindu? Because if at all they say that the word Hindu did not exist, for the kind information, in those days it was called Chola Dynasty, Pandya Desham. So I should be identifying myself as a Chola and not as a Tamil, because the word Tamil Nadu came into existence only after the states were formed. So this is absolutely a debate that doesn't deserve merit at all. One. Second thing is, even before Rajaraja Chola could come into existence, there is a line of the 6th century poet Thirumangai who states, Entol Isharku Kochenganan Tirkulattu Cholan Ezhuppiya Kovil. So there was a Shaivite king who was also patronizing Shaivism as well as Vaishnavism. So be it Shaivism, be it Vaishnavism, be it their worship to Devi, which is Shaktism, they all come under one umbrella. Yecha Vedavido Vipraha, Yecha Adhyatma Chetasaha, Tevadanti Mahatmanam Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. This is a line from Mahabharatam where the word Sanatana Dharma has a reference. There is a Manu Dharma Shastram which talks about Sanatana Dharma. Be it Sanatana Dharma or Hindu, the word that we identify with Sindhu or Indu, which comes from the works of the Greek and then from the travelers from China, Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma and the Tamil culture are synonymous. I can give plenty of references for it, but if I give references, I think some of the panelists who were fighting about the Tamil identity will get lost, because as a person who has learnt the Nalayara Divya Prabandham called as the Tamil Vedam, I can take authority and say that all the Tamil kings who ruled Tamil Nadu and the Tamil regions were Hindus. They were Shaivites or Vaishnavites is their choice. There were two branches, there were many branches. In fact, Rajaraja Cholan's sister was patronizing Vaishnavism. We do hear of many Vinnagaram temples where she has patronized. So they were all Hindu kings, and if they try to showcase him as a person with a different identity, they are actually trying to showcase their ignorance. This is all I can say.
Rahul, 5 seconds.
Well, okay. Last few words. I need to move on. I think we've had pretty much the last words said by Dushyant Sridhar. Doctor.
Hello.
Absolutely. No, wonderful. You know, I just wanted to ask again, Dr. Ponraj, you have Shias and you have Sunnis. So according to him, there are Shias and Sunnis but not Muslims.
Muslims.
Okay,
Hello.
Doctor.
Can I speak?
Yes, Doctor.
Hello?
Final words, please.
Can I
yes,
respond to
Dr.
that?
Ponraj, go ahead.
Yeah. I will accept all our Hindus if you recognize the descendants of Rajaraja Chola, Arunmozhi Chola from Sri Lanka as Hindus, then and give citizenship, then I will accept as Hindus. Okay? Then if you all, those who opposed OBC reservation, 27% reservation, are all who opposed? They are all who opposed it? Tell me. Who opposed it? Those who follow Sanatana Dharma are all opposed the Sudras. The reservation given it for Sudras, OBCs. They are all Hindus only. If you don't differentiate, then we will accept everybody as Hindus. When Hindu itself used as an identity for a political gain or a vote bank politics, then we totally oppose that we are all Saivites and we Vaishnavites and we are Buddhists and we are Samanites. So when it is politicized, then everything will be politicized. Then I request the Vedic scholars no need to teach our Nalayana Divya Prabandha and our Tolgapiyam and all. You don't have to teach us. We know how to do it. We understand. We know
okay,
the
sir.
Vedas.
You are the advisor
scriptures.
to Kamal
You don't know
Haasan.
to treat us.
You have
You
have no political proclivities. You belong to a political party yourself, and you have a mission. So let's not try to today pretend that you're holier than thou. You're a politician in your own right, and tomorrow you also looking to come to power, and so you're going to play to your vote bank, or you're going to try and create your own little constituency. It's fine. It's okay. Let's not today try to only suggest that one side is playing politics here. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Who is going to follow?
Okay, I'm leaving it at this, viewers. We've heard a Vedic scholar. He has quoted from the text. I leave it to you. If you're a Shaivite, if you're a Vaishnavite, you're not a Hindu. So stop thinking of yourselves as Hindus. I leave it to you. If that makes sense to you, go ahead, viewers. Agree with it. If it doesn't, it's completely your call. I brought all sides of the argument today onto the table. One gentleman, Mr. Vikraman, ran out of ideas and ran away from the debate. I don't know why. Everyone else has had their say. I move on, viewers.